Hi, this is BB. It's about 6 o'clock, close to 6 on the 15th September in the morning. Of course, it's dark. Um, so I came into consciousness. I was sleeping and I came into consciousness, and I'm getting thoughts about money. I'm trying to manifest money. And I flipped it around for myself and someone else. Now, I came into consciousness and naturally. I didn't feel any jolts or anything like that. I have no idea what they're trying to prove now. They think uh, what everything has a meaning, has a point. What they're forgetting is that I know myself. These are things that I've always known. I manifest things easily, or well, I wouldn't say I used to. I do. If I didn't, this wouldn't be happening. So what they're trying to do is to minimize it, like it's a joke. Well, look at her. Look at her life. Look at her lifestyle. Look at the size of her body. What kind of manifester is that? This is the part that at some point they will pay for. At some point they're going to pay for this. See, no good deed goes unpunished, as they say. No bad deed goes unpunished as well. These people think that it's a free ride, it's a free pass, because there's so much evil prevalent in the world. Who's going to notice theirs? Who cares? They can trick the divine somehow into believing that the victim is the perpetrator. This is where I will want to touch them, as they say, with the neighbor's pole. Excuse my language. I wouldn't want to touch them. They're blasphemers, and they're trying to get people to blaspheme themselves, and trying to get people to sin, basically, and commit, not just sin. Let's not look at it in terms of sinning, but committing crimes. Because you get so mad, you want to kill one of them if you catch them. In the moment, you really would want to do that. Now, maybe she has killed someone, and she wants to put it on me. After all, I was a one-time neighbor of hers. And I would have welcomed her in my life, because I was interested in her. I wanted to get to know her. Maybe I would want her so badly that I would actually harm someone for her, like literally lop the head off or something. I don't think so. I may be crazy in a lot of ways, but I'm not that crazy. I don't know what she was planning, is planning, what this is all about. But all I know is I know myself. To a large extent, I know myself, and I know what I'm capable of. And that's all I have to go on. If something is happening to you, you start to do some introspection. You start to wonder why this is happening to you. First, you get to know yourself. Your patterns, your paradigms, your do's, your don'ts, what you've done, what is consistent with whatever you're looking for based on what is happening to you. Like if you were sent to prison for something, you'd want to know why. Why are you being locked up? Why are you being locked away? Why are you being put away? Well, you're going to prison. Okay. You don't really want to know. No, that's not life. You look at yourself, there's introspection, and you ask yourself, well, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And you've start to find out your patterns again, your paradigms, based on what is happening. What's the order of the day? What's the flavor of the day? What do you think it is? And you start to look around for other people who have commonalities, who share these commonalities with you. And you look at what's happening to them, to what they're saying and what they're not saying. And then you get an idea. Now, this is probably one of the reasons I came on YouTube. Oh, God. I have a terrible pain here. Something is really stiff at the back of my neck. I guess this is one power. I guess she's showing me that she can kill me. The one thing that she has made me, good thing, is that I'm not afraid to die. Just as how she's not afraid to kill me because she feels there are going to be no repercussions, or I must be the world's worst person. She's all about now, the here and now, and what people think of her. This is as shallow as you can get. Shallow, 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 little tidbit of a woman. Tidbit. You know what tidbit is? Just a little tiny little speck of nothingness. That is all. However, just all she cares about. But my point is, I start to look at my life and what I am. And what's consistent. What is consistent. And most of you, I can tell you right now, and this again with this negativity, let's try to be as positive as we possibly can. I know a lot of people don't watch my videos, and that's okay. But if one person watches it, and they get what I'm saying with this trying to be positive and all this negativity and all this crap they're creating in our minds and around us to keep us in a negative state of mind. If it starts with you, someone else, and someone else, and someone else, and this will start to at least bring a slight shift in this balance. Back to normalcy. Remember, this is how it started with them. Separating, dividing and conquering, and then filling everybody with negativity, making us angry all the time, until this is becoming like the norm of the day. This has to change. These people carefully planned this. I don't know why. It may have started out... Okay. It may have started out in being one way, accomplishing one goal. But I think it ended up being something else. They're trying to keep us negative all the time. They're trying to keep us negative and just going around with about 10,000 different things, little bonfires, leading us in 10,000 little directions that lead absolutely nowhere. Examine yourself. What is it that you know about you? They're doing us a favor. Don't people understand this? They're doing us a favor. Look at it this way. These people are your greatest motivators. They're pushing you into these problem-solving skills that have been latent for so long. Use what they're doing to find out who you are and just how powerful you are. And don't lose sight of that. They will let the darkness in them use them. We don't have to follow suit. They're lost. They don't want to be found. And that's on them. We're not responsible for them. You are responsible for you, however. It is one thing we can do is not let them make us negative. and fighting each other and fighting ourselves. But not just that. We have to deliberately start retraining our energy to be positive. And not just wait for the end. No, there's no waiting for the end. We're here. Just how they are active, we have to be active. We have to be proactive. You got to find the good, find the peace, find the balance. They want to fight. This will be our contribution to their fight, is to keep our positivity. Tip this. It has to be tipped. Slow down and look at what's happening around you. All the negative words that are being pelted out by these people. And they will use other people to keep us negative. This is where we have to come into play to help ourselves and each other. Whatever tools you've got, you know what your tool is? Your mind, your emotions. They're stripping away everything else, but we do have these things. And we have to use them. With me, they're making everything everything I say, like it's a joke. If it's a joke, why can't they leave me alone? See, the thing is, I know myself. I know my patterns even before I met them, even since I was a child. I know my patterns. I manifest things easily. And this is before they're not a part of that. I know myself real well. That's the good news for me. So trust me. We have to work on positivity. I know myself. So get to know yourself. If they want to be used by darkness, then let them be used. Because the light will use them as well. Hey, they want to be tools, they will be used.